Bonjour, 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 bonjour. Good morning. It is a beautiful morning because you are here taking care of yourself first thing. And they say that, if you can love yourself, you can love everybody else out there. My name is Brian Nguyen. I'll be your coach today for Healthline.com's Fitted In series. They say 22 minutes of work every day leads into 150 minutes a week, which is supposedly the best thing you can do for our bodies and souls and minds. So great job being here. Let's get to it, yeah? Today's workout is about rise and shine. And for that to happen, we need our energy levels up, okay? But unfortunately, in the morning, things don't feel so right in the very beginning. So let's do this properly, yeah? It's gonna start here on the floor today with our activation and range of motion work. Feels good to lie on the floor if you're feeling a little wonky because the floor is flat. It represents tall. So just right here, just in the very beginning, all I want you to do is lay down flat and breathe in your nose, out your mouth, in your nose, and out your mouth. Now when you do this, really pay attention to where you're breathing. You want to breathe here to your core. You don't want to breathe to your neck. In the nose and out the mouth. Feel free to wiggle your body, move your shoulders, feel things start to fall into their space as you breathe. We'll do this for about 15 more seconds and a few more breaths in the nose and out the mouth. From here, I'm going to take it to some hip hugs. The tempo of this is not fast. I'm actually coming here and holding my hips, okay? Now in the beginning, as I breathe, in the nose, out the mouth, my neck feels like it's doing so much of this work. And that's pretty much how everybody does this, right? So you're not alone here. As you're hugging though, and as I breathe more, give yourself the chance to pull those shoulders down. Breathe with a longer neck and feel tall. I'm just hip hugging, changing it up one at a time. As I'm holding one leg up, I'm driving my other leg into the floor. This is separating my hips and it feels like such a great stretch. Oh, I've been stuck like this in bed or stuck like this. It's nice to just keep the hips moving. All right, now from these hip hugs, I'm gonna do a little bit of rolling here, okay? I'm just gonna roll over to my side. Now, if I hold my left leg, I'm just gonna roll over to my right side. Almost like if I was a swimsuit modeling, check out my pose, right? But this is a little bit of a core engagement and rotation is a great way to do this. In the very beginning, if I'm not moving very well, I'm gonna hold my neck and I'm gonna yank myself to the side. And that's just not a great way to turn. We wanna clean that up. Breathe, get tall, move with some integrity, yeah? Rise and shine. What are we so grateful for having today? All I know, I'm grateful for being able to do some of these moves, I can tell you that. I'm grateful for you being here first thing in the morning with me. I know that there are so many things that are gonna start taking our attention later on, right? All right, so we had some hip hugs, we had some rolling, and now let's do some of these skydivers, yeah? So the skydiver, I'm just on my belly here, and let's see, I don't have to start all the way up, I can just start here on the side, and I can do this kind of like an Ironman skydiver, right? I put my toes in the ground, and when I do this at the very beginning, my breathing isn't very good. I feel like my neck is doing, I feel this in my back. But if I just take the time to breathe, in the nose and out the mouth, the core muscles start to take over. Even my hips feel like they want to do more work for me. It's okay to bend your knees. It's okay to press into the ground. I'm about 30 seconds. I can change my arm position here. I can actually do it like I'm falling in the sky. But really what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create extension in my body. All right, the opposite. Everybody spends so much time like this in the day. Oh, that's not good if you don't wake up the muscles that fight that, right? So about 15 more seconds. Really kind of feel the muscles and you don't have to be so steady. You don't have to be stuck. Move around in here. You can swim, all right? I feel like, maybe even that Mission Impossible moment when, he's like, oh no, I'm gonna hit the floor. But that's a great control thing. I can breathe, I can talk. That means my core has it. All right, awesome guys. Rise and shine. So now we stand it on up, all right? That groundwork is so important when we're waking up because in the very beginning of that day, right? We're just sitting there breathing in our necks and everything feels tight, but at least now the hips feel a little bit looser. Our core is engaged, we're connected to our breath. So important for all the breathing people out there, right? It's for the yogis and for movement strength people, just such an important thing to get into. And then, God, I just feel better being able to breathe. All right, so as we get into this workout, what I want you to pay attention to is your tempo, okay? The first round we do this, it's really about being slow. It's about really controlling where things are going, because part of Rise and Shine is that we're setting things right for the rest of our day. We don't want to do these just fast and haphazard today. We will pick up the tempo, but save that for round 3 with me, okay guys? All right, so the first exercise is just inchworms, nice and slow. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hang down and touch my toes. I can bend my knees, I can breathe. Notice even my knees are bent in the very beginning. I don't need to do this straight. And I'm breathing and just walking it out. I'm walking it out to a nice plank, out to a plank. Here, I'm just gonna stop walking it back. I can bend my knees, take it back. Walk it out, walk it in. And as I get better and better, I can lose some of those bends as my body starts understanding how it needs to hold its tension. But yeah, feel tall, feel strong as you do these, and most of all, make sure you keep breathing. So that's the inchworm exercise, that's round 1, nice and slow tempo, yeah? I really do like moving and stretching in between these little bits, so let's just do a little bit of these circles. Little arm circle, like a swim. Just swim. Look, this is called the backstroke. But look at my feet. Look at how they turn. Do what's natural to you. Somewhere in there is this little swimmer that maybe tried a backstroke. All right, or a forward stroke. Look, let's swim this way. Big strokes. All right, I feel a little looser up there. Let's get to that second exercise, right? So now we have our quarter turn step outs or squats. So to do this, I'm just gonna do a little quarter turn squat. Quarter turn squat. Quarter turn squat. All right, now our tempo is slow. So keep your ceiling low and keep your tempo slow. So notice the control, as if I'm stepping onto another platform and controlling myself onto it, right? So step onto that platform and control. As you get better and better, maybe that platform is a little further away, but I'm getting a great stretch here. I'm feeling the control. My body weight shifts over and I step onto that other platform. All right, these are quarter turn step out squats. About 5 more of these. Now, if you want to add weight to any of these or a band or anything, feel free. Today is just a body weight thing. All right, woo! Hips are feeling a little shaky there, so let's just move left to right here. Just take a few seconds here and stretch the groin a little bit. I always like having an active recovery between the moves, all right? Instead of just doing this, waiting for that recovery system. I feel like if I'm gonna breathe and be in this position, I'm gonna get a great stretch. I mean, we have at least 15 more seconds of rest here, and I'm just loosely buying this off of like a minute on, a minute off, okay guys? The body's really warming up and feeling great, isn't it? All right, so these quarter turn squats, that was our slow tempo. Let's go to the next exercise, which is reverse lunges and bow and arrows. Now, I grabbed the mini band for this one. If you have a mini band, that's awesome. You don't have to use a mini band. You can use a towel, or you can just use your imagination. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so a reverse lunge here in my squat position. All I'm gonna do is take a step back. Just take a step back, okay? Just like this. Now, if this is very difficult for you, by all means, you can grab a chair or you can hold a wall, all right? And let that help you control your step backs, okay? And when I step back, I really try not to step too far back. I don't wanna have this huge space here. I really do wanna aim for kind of like right behind my heel. That's the ideal space, it's right around here. All right, guys? So if you need that support, please go ahead and use it. About 30 seconds left. All I do is step back, and from here, I'm gonna do a little bow and arrow pull. Step back. You can do the same side, it doesn't matter. You can You can switch things up. The bow, I can do 2 bow and arrows. There is a bad guy. my son would say, there's a bad guy, get him. Deers are not bad guys. Okay. So those are reverse lunges, slow tempo with some bow and arrows. Oh boy, what kind of stretch do I feel like I need now? I think I'd love a nice arm stretch. Maybe find a bed or a wall. Nice child's pose position here, just upper body stretch. Rise and shine, ladies and gentlemen. This is a huge one. Oh, just this child's pose. If you don't like that child's pose high, take it on low, it's okay. But here, you wanna focus on breathing really well. Cause if you don't breathe well, the shoulders don't loosen up, so you gotta let the hips wiggle, let the shoulders wiggle. Very nice. All right, that's reverse lunge. So now let's do some jumping jacks. Oh man, are you ready for this? A minute of jumping jacks, let's go. Now, if you're not hoppy and fast like me, it's all good. You can go like this and step it out to the side, right? Yeah, you can. But what I do want you to do is really imagine yourself in this plane. Don't do your jumping jacks like this. You're in a very skinny room. All right, guys, so stay in this skinny hallway for your jumping jacks. And really, you want to breathe, right? You're gonna try to stay here. Try to. If you need to keep them small, keep them small. If you have a hard time getting up here, it's okay. And time, rise and shine, right? Well, that bounciness, that change of direction for our bodies is amazing for our central nervous system, right? All right, I don't know about you, but that is absolutely the time to take a break. Because after jumping jacks, you want some water. So I'm gonna grab some water. You do the same. What an amazing first round. Like I said, what changes now is just a little bit of tempo, yeah? So our first exercise were those quarter turn steps. If you have that midi band and you wanna use it, by all means, use it. Here we go. Step, step, step. Notice my tempo has changed, but just because the tempo has changed doesn't mean I'm gonna hold my breath to get this faster. I know a lot of people will compromise this to move like this. But in so doing, you lose all of that beautiful stuff for rise and shine workout, which is how to organize our hips the right way. And that breath, connecting that to our body is a huge piece of that. So don't lose that, okay? That's one of those focuses, just breathing really well. About 15 more seconds of these. Hey, and if you're one of those people that really like it, you can go in with a little bit of a jump to it, by all means. Jump to that space. Almost like if you played basketball, maybe like a little basketball defensive change, or I don't know, like, oh no, kid, stop! You know, I don't know, what does your world look like that makes you have to move this way? Rise and shine. Beautiful. Woo! That burns. A little bit of a stretch. I mean, there's nothing like floor stretches. Look at this. I'm just gonna choose a little hip stretch right here and just get into my pigeon. Oh, all you gotta do is 90 degrees in your knees and hips, and then bring that opposite elbow over that knee, and you'll feel that stretch in your hips. And explore. Depending on your angle, you're gonna hit those places. Oh, I'm still not gonna change what I'm saying. Breathing is important. So when you get into these deep stretches and you get to a stretch that makes you do this, maybe it's a little too far, you gotta back it off a little bit and find a stretch where you can do that, because then your body will really open up. All right, guys? Beautiful. All right. I went a little backwards on that one because I saw quarter turns, but that's the beautiful thing about rise and shine. It's not all straight. Sometimes things get jumbled, but we make do. Really, I wanted to go inchworms on that one, so let's do that now. A minute of inchworms. Now with this one, I'm gonna add a little bit of that Superman or Supergirl tuck, all right? Because that's who I wanna be. I don't know about you, but if you're rising and shining in the morning, that means you are a little bit of that superhero inside, all right? And that superhero inside, you know, this is that pose, right? That elbow tuck. When you do that, when you find that tuck, right? What are you saving today? All right, I know I'm saving my kids from doing nothing, saving my clients from falling into the trap of Netflix. Anyway, it's all love though in the club because we just gotta move, right? All right, guys, so those are Supermans. What are you fighting for today? Great job, a little bit of a stretch. How about this? How about a classic side bend for that one? Oh my God, after doing some inchworms, it's nice to open up the sides. Now, look at how my hips are when I do that side bend, all right? I wanna press my hips to touch that wall, okay? Don't just bend. You wanna press the hips and breathe. Feel that stretch. Feel like you're still rooted in the ground. And then the other side. Connect those shoulders and those hips by breathing. All right. We're looking at reverse lunges and bow and arrows. I'm gonna grab my mini band. Here we go, let's do this thing. Stepping back with my right leg first. I really like playing games when I'm in my movements here, all right? Remember, don't start going fast if you don't have control. If you feel like you're wobbling and you're doing this, slow it down. Just here. Control. Control. I'm aiming for that knee to hit behind the heel there. I like to pretend I have a glass of water on my head so I'm not falling. One of the great things about this bow and arrow, even if you're doing this using your imagination, you're getting a great shoulder turn. So I can pull the arrow this way, I can pull the arrow. It's challenging my base core. I can throw an arrow there, I can throw an arrow there, I can throw an arrow there. It's all about that hip control, that stability. Let's do about 5 more of these. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wow, that burns so good, right? I'm just gonna stretch this out like maybe just do my little gorilla stretch here. If you can't get your hands to the ground like this, no problem. Grab that chair, grab that bed, and use this to help you get into a deeper stretch. Whew. Right here, this angle, when you see a body, right? This is what most people lose, is this ability to slide your hips in a hinge. All right, so feel that stretch when you do that. Just feel that the hips drop back and feel that hamstring stretch, but at the same time, breathe well. Beautiful hip stretch there, guys. All right, now we got some jumping jacks again. You ready? 30 seconds. I'm gonna change this jumping jack. I'm gonna pretend I'm in an egg. Just because it's a challenge. I don't know, I play these kind of games with my kids all the time, but in the Rise and Shine, it's like we're gonna break through our egg today. I'm just thinking of this stuff on the fly, it's amazing. All right, look at that. I'm in an egg. I'm in an egg. And if you're doing jumping jacks like this, and you can't breathe, remember, that's not what we're aiming for. We wanna breathe. Break that shell open, right? Really find your strength. This bouncing, this energy, oh baby, it's gonna reverberate the world, right? They say that pebble, boop, ooh, that rippling effect to everyone else around you today, because you're gonna have this energy. Ooh. Now I'm in that explosion, breaking that egg open. Pow, pow. I'm just gonna go about 5 more jumps because I am spent. Woo! Burn it. And that's what you are. You are on fire. Great job, guys. I need to wiggle that one out and just breathe. I'm just gonna do a nice hanging breathing stretch after that thing. Woo. Remember, in the nose, out the mouth. Breathe to your core, your center. Don't breathe to your neck here. I like to imagine like I'm reading something on the opposite wall. That's when I know my head is hanging and I'm relaxed and I can feel the work in my hips and my abs. In the nose, out the mouth. And don't feel so static, you can move here too. This side to side, these little wiggles, that fills all those joints with all that synovial fluid. That gets you ready. I mean, I don't know about you, but I feel so lubricated in all the right spots. This is amazing. All right, so that was 2 rounds through. And that felt great. If you want to do another round, by all means, that's you, but we got another minute here for 22 minutes. So let's finish this off with some world's greatest stretch, yeah? Oh. And that starts like this. I'm already gonna put, just for time-wise, I'm gonna put a little elevation here. It's okay. Use a bed, use a chair. Hold the edges. I like stepping to the outside of that hand, and then right there, get that control. Feel like, you don't want to be too far back here. I want to be stacked, tall. From here, I'm just gonna reach up to the sky, if you like, and then push out, stretch that hip. Switch sides there, back into a plank position. Foot goes over to the other hand, push out to that side, and reach it on up. You can add some extra hip stretch in here too. Watch this. Before I reach up, I'm gonna bring my elbow down to my ankle. That really deepens what's happening here in my hips. Breathe well and reach up. It's amazing when these cool downs feel more like work than anything, yeah? But talk about a great decompression here. I want to congratulate you for taking the time to fit this in, all right? This rise and shine workout. Now, this workout was about waking up your senses, about firing up your body, your soul, and getting you just ready for this championship day, because ultimately, you've already won. You fit it in. So if you love this workout and you want more of these workouts, these short 22-minute blasts, head over to healthline.com/fitItin. I'll be over there. My name is Brian Nguyen. It was a pleasure being your coach today, and I can't wait to do this again. Take care, guys.